kick set, where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
Video number 2, and who told you that? Possibly another one, and I'm not the instructor for you. All right. So this is from an email that I am on. This is not a personal email directed to me. This is an email list I'm on. I'm on all kinds of email lists and stuff just so I can learn. I need to get on one that's specifically for Taekwondo besides Taekwondo Times. Maybe I can start it. But anyway, this is from the judo side of the game. This is called "He Almost Died from My Judo Pressure. But when he learned what I was doing, it changed everything." This was written by four-time Olympian Roddy Ferguson, who also has ranking in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Starts off, "I put him in Kesagatame because he told me, quote, nobody can make me tap from a pen, quote. And after I did, he bucked like a bull for a few moments, and then he began to struggle. As I saw the life force leaving his body and him struggle to breathe, I let him go. I did not want to embarrass him because he didn't want to tap. After all, he was a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he was telling me how my judo was SHIT, and BJJ was superior. I tried to tell him that they are just different sides of the same coin, but he didn't want to hear it. But after he felt the pressure of some true Osai Komiwaza, he was interested in learning. This is when I pulled out the grappling dummy and showed one of the biggest secrets when it comes to creating pressure in pins. He also understood why we had to use dummies, because the pressure that we create is just too much for people to withstand over and over again. After this training session, he begged me to teach his students. This was how the Mat Work Magic video series, the Mat Work Magic coaching program, and the Mat Work Magic seminar were birthed. And now here we are. So he goes on to there talk about Mat Work Magic. But Cecil, that's not Taekwondo. Why are you talking about judo? Who told you that? First of all, principles. That's why I look at a whole bunch of styles. And remember, I do have Shodan in judo. I never made it out of the national level as a competitor. Didn't want to. But even I have made people tap out from pins. Especially if you Kyusho size Kesagatame, that pin from the side. Don't look it up. I'm not going to demo it here. And you put pressure on the weak point of the chest, weak points of the rib cage, yeah, you could kill somebody. Who told you you can't make somebody tap out from a pin? Who told you that you can't kill somebody with a pen? Do you know? Is that book in here? Is it in the drawer? It probably is. I wish I had the book in front of me. Just research it if you don't believe me. Judo pins were initially created to simulate trying to drown someone who was in armor. So when you're holding them down on the ground, it is like you're drowning them, because when they fought in Japan, they had water up like above their ankles in some of the armor. So that move was considered deadly because you're holding them down. Just think about it from this standpoint if you probably don't believe what I just told you, because I don't have the print. Even if I showed it to you in the book, you would probably say that it's a fabrication, because that's how you are, internet. If I'm crushing you, if I'm putting pressure on your chest and you can't breathe, that could kill you. Just like how people believe it now, but people didn't used to believe it about 20 years ago. And I'm old enough to remember when people didn't believe this. One of the reasons why people used to say that Taekwondo was not effective, and who told you that, was because they said that head kicks didn't work in real fights. Head kicks didn't work in self-defense. In fact, head kicks had no power. And when I went to my instructors about that, they said, who told you that? You can kill somebody if you kick them in the head. Duh, light bulb went off. Common sense. It's the leg going at the skull. So you can kill someone if you do it properly. That's why they don't allow you to kick full contact to the head. That's why when I do my hybrid Cecil Taekwondo sparring, punching, kicking, throwing, and pinning, I don't allow head kicks. That's one thing. Now, I hate to style bash. That's one thing I don't like about WTF Taekwondo is that they allow head kicks with power and force. They allow head kicks with power and force because of the belief that, well, most people are not going to be able to kick someone in the head like that anyway. But you are talking to someone who, one time I literally, this is going to sound weird, I literally drank this thing. I'm not going to tell you the name of it. I drank something that had too much caffeine in it. And I don't think they make that product anymore. Thank God. Because I got into an argument with a girlfriend back then. I got mad. So I went, poor tree. I looked at the tree. The tree had nothing to do with it. It didn't look at me sideways. It didn't call me fat or call me a racial slur or anything. Tree was minding its own business. I jumped up, did a 360-degree wheel kick, hit that big branch. The branch was literally this thick. I think the branch was almost as wide across as my chest, as my shoulders were at the time. Now my shoulders are like this. My shoulders were like that now. I hit it. I thought I just meant it, and then I heard broke the branch. The branch cracked and fell down. Now I thought it was just my imagination that I'd watched too much anime until I turned around and saw 4 or 5 folks staring at me like, so then I ran. So if you were in College Park way back, and that must have been circa 95 or 95, 4, 3, something around there, mid-90s. Yeah, I'm that black guy that killed that tree like that. Okay? Imagine if I hit somebody with that. They would probably die or be paralyzed. If they didn't die from the blow, they would probably die from their head hitting the ground after that blow. So a head kick can kill. Who told you that you can't make someone tap out from a pin? Who told you that you can't kill somebody with a pin? Who told you that you can't kill someone with a head kick? Grandmaster Art Mason in one of his videos, and I'm not gonna do fair use here because it's probably not, because that's deliberately paid content. It's not something that's publicly on YouTube, and then people go, "Oh man, you can't use that," even though it's already out in the public. Okay, Vlad TV. This is exclusive content, and he talks about in I think it's the Humane Pressure Point series. Yeah, I think that's where I saw him talk about it that time. How someone went to jail because it was two instances of someone using head kicks, and in both instances people died. One person, the self-defense was believed, she didn't go to jail. Another time, the Uki died, and he went to jail because he kicked a man in the head. Head kicks can be lethal. But I started off talking about judo pins. Judo pins could be lethal too if you put down enough force on the right part of the body, and or you make it so the person can't breathe. Doesn't require necessarily underlying medical condition to already be there either. Now, I can't vouch for any other pin but Kesagatami because that's the only pin I know how to do it with. But I do know the different forms of Kesagatami can, if you push hard enough, you can make somebody tap with it. Matter of fact, I learned it because someone who came through, just like I said in the video where I say, who told you that about Kempo? The guy I worked with, that was my partner, already had a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he learned how to do that in jiu-jitsu, and he did it on me, and I was bugging him about it, because I was like, nah, that's not quite what we did, you cut into me or something. And then he showed me what he did, and I had to use it because I was competing with somebody that outweighed me by 100 pounds, and I was just like, this dude ain't even going to feel this pin if I don't do it this way. So I had to do it twice. But he tapped, though. He tapped. And then he was like, you must weigh more than I do. And I showed him my card. No, I weigh less than you. So, who told you that? Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people like talk about the martial arts. If there's any moral to be learned, please tap out in class. It's class. We're not fighting for our lives. In class. Simulated learning, and peace.